So who's going first?
I'll go first.
All right. When you were young, your dad took you aside, and he told you that the world wasn't going to be all sunshine and rainbows. He did this while he was drunk. The man was often drunk. It was at one point in time that it seemed like it was a self-fulfilling prophecy, or it was a prophecy that he sought to fulfill himself. As every night when you came home from school, he was loud, abusive, and basically your only parent. How did you personally take to this? How did you personally take to your living situation with your drunken, abusive dad?
Whoa, almost fell and knocked over the door.
I basically, as soon as I could start kind of drinking on my own, I would start. What year was this set in?
This is going to be modern day.
Modern day. Okay.
Or like 2015, somewhere around there, 2016.
I got you. Okay. I'll say I grew up in the early '80s, so
Okay.
things were a little bit more. So whatever my age would be then.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was a little bit. Did we grow up in Iron Mountain?
You can decide to.
Okay, yeah, I'll just say I'm local to the area. Everybody, it's a pretty small knit area, and basically to the point where you knew people that ran the stores and whatnot. So when I was 14 or 15, I was able to get alcohol and cigarettes and all that stuff, and was mostly a loner.
Yeah.
Kind of not necessarily introverted, just more distant.
Yeah.
And basically that's how I coped. I would just drink. I saw my father do it, so I thought that was the way to kind of handle your problems.
Okay. So his abuse kind of spread in onto you, and kind of you were looking in the mirror and you saw that you look just like him. And it was one night while you were just drinking, and you went into a mirror, your bathroom mirror, and you recognized that you looked just like your father. How did this affect you? And I mean, it wasn't just physical appearance. It was you felt like you were becoming your father.
In every sense of the word.
Yeah.
It really upset me, really bothered me, but I didn't see any way to negate it, to change the course I was on. It was the easiest thing to just right out of school just swing by the liquor store and start drinking, and it put me into a bout of depression, just thinking that there was no way I could overcome what he had basically laid as a foundation for us.
Turned you into this. One night you were walking home, and you would often walk home, and as you were walking, this car came careening towards you, and just as you were about to get hit, you jumped out of the way and fell down into a ditch. As you laid in that ditch, you saw the stars.
Saw what?
The stars. And as you sat there watching, you could have felt like at that moment you could have died. You could have felt like you could have died there and you would have been happy. But another car pulled up, and it was a young woman. It was a beautiful young woman. And she got you out of that ditch, and she took you to the hospital. She became a staple in your life, constantly checking on you. Whatever came of her and your relationship with her?
She became kind of a matriarchal figure for me, since I didn't have my mother in my life.
Yeah.
So she kind of filled that void. I was actually able to kind of turn my school life and whatnot around, and I found that I actually really enjoyed being outdoors, and I felt more at home. I was able to kind of stop drinking, and I've since kept in contact with her, and she's developed into some sort of obsession almost for me.
Okay.
There's an attraction there, and it's something that I didn't. She was older than I was.
Yeah.
And I didn't know.
Do you kind of deify her?
Like
you see her?
Yeah. Basically, she kind of pulled me out of this
Yeah.
dark spin that I was in. and it kind of has played onto that.
Okay. Through her brother, she was able to get you a job. With the education, you were able to get a degree. Leave your father behind in that trailer in which you used to live, and you moved out, and you got a job as a park ranger, working with her brother. You found that how do you take to nature in particular?
How do I take to nature?
Yeah.
The serenity of it, the calmness calms me. So it basically has become my outlet. Instead of drinking, I like to go out into the wilderness or just even walking through the woods. It just brings a calmness that replaces whatever negative feelings I may be having.
Okay. You're in a watchtower. It's an isolated gig. Like that just seems like you are at least 200 miles away from society. At the center of this at the center of the deep forest. You find that from this tower you can overlook the entire trees, and sometimes you can see planes flying overhead. How has this isolation affected you?
I actually love it. It allows me to keep my head calm. I always felt before that I was oppressed in a kind of way, like being under the constant watch of my father and those constant negative reinforcements.
Yeah.
Here it's just, things are just as they are.
You feel like you can think?
Yeah. There's definitely a clarity from being isolated, and being with coworkers isn't a problem, but it's just the being amongst the trees and whatnot.
Yeah.
Is a serenity.
Okay. Cool. Do you have any questions for what's your character's name?
Dennis Mallard.
All right, that was pretty quick.
I was thinking about it earlier.
Okay.
Dennis Mallard.
I was trying to think of a UP name.
Can I call you Ducky?
Ducky Patuski.
Ducky Patuski.
Okay, cool.
All right. Yeah.
Do you have any questions for Ducky Patuski?
Ducky Patuski.
Dennis Mallard?
His nickname's Ducky.
There you go.
Ducky. Does Eli have any questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
How this would work is like after the dread or after this moment, like you would ask the rest of the players if they have any questions. Now you kind of have vetoing power here, so if someone asks you a question that you don't like, you can be like, veto.
I got you. You can try to lead other characters in a way.
Yeah.
How did you react when you were in town one day and you went to the local convenience store, and in the parking lot when you pulled in, you saw the car that came at you that night that changed everything for you?
That's interesting.
And you saw the individual that was in the car, a tall, lanky, hillbilly-ish looking man. What did you do that gave you peace of mind at that moment that everything that happened was meant to be?
So when I got out of the car, I didn't notice it when I had pulled in. And as I was walking to the door, he came out and he caught my eye as being quite the yokel. And I didn't think anything of it until I was checking out, and I watched that slack jaw get into the car, and I instantly was brought back to that moment.
Yeah.
And I wanted nothing more than to just retreat and go get more alcohol. I was just buying some random Skittle Doos or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to, before I paid, go back and get a fifth of something. But I just ignored it, and instead I walked out of the store and threw the crap I bought into my car, and I just took off walking behind the building into a little patch of woods and just calmed myself down.
Okay, that's really good.
So how did you feel when later on that week you saw on the local news that this man had gotten into a fatal car wreck due to having a few too many drinks.
I felt happy.
Okay, cosmic justice.
Yeah, I thought like that fucker deserved it.
How did you feel when in that one moment you saw that and you realized that
All right, this could be the last one.
Could have been you.
That's interesting.
If you hadn't changed that night, you could have been the one behind that car.
Made me feel more gratitude towards the woman.
Go ahead and give her a name.
Her name is Sally Fitzgerald.
Married to Edmund Fitzgerald.
Yeah, she's part of the Edmund the Fitzgerald family that launched the boat into Lake Superior.
Let's say she's also not that much older than you, maybe like 10 years older than you.
Okay.
So she's still within that range.
She was almost 30 when it happened to me.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how to.
But she always looks at you as kind of like a kid.
Right.
Even though.
And that was a sense of frustration because like I had this attraction to her.
All right. We'll go with Eli.
Yeah, boy, coming at you with this dreading.
That's right. That's what we're doing. All right. So when you were young, you were really into novels. Your mom would buy you mystery novels all the time, and you were constantly reading them. But one day, at school, you were reading, and a group of kids took your book and started, messing with you. How did you react to this?
Start messing with me?
Yeah.
Well, I obviously tried to get my book back, and in the typical bully fashion, they fought me off, and it came to blows, and I grabbed the book, and they grabbed the other side of the book and tore it in half. Unfortunately, that was my favorite book, a book that was given to me by my good old granddad, who passed away. It was a book detailing his life. It was almost like a biography that was never really published, and there was only one copy, and it was mine.
But now it was destroyed.
But now it was ripped to shreds.
Your dad was furious. He beat the hell out of you. But not only, and he told you, he practically ordered you to get those guys back in some way, shape, or form.
When my dad told me this, I nodded my head. My grandfather was like the prime patriarch until he passed. He was always a very successful man, owned his own business. He made enough money for the whole family to survive off of for a while, for years. So he was held in very high esteem with me and my family, and I always idolized him.
Yeah.
So I wasn't mad at my dad for beating me, because I had lost something that was so valuable and trusted to me. I understood, and although I didn't like it, I took it like a man. And when he told me to get those boys back, I knew that I had to do something. So the next day, I went to school, and almost in a very gallant fashion, as soon as I saw the head guy of the bullies, the leader of their little social group, I walked up with my book bag, and I just swung at him, and I took him to the ground.
So you swung your book bag?
I swung my book bag, and in the book bag, almost in an ironic fashion, I took a collection of some of the heaviest books I had, hardcover,
yeah,
and I wrapped them all in tape, so they would just stay this solid mass inside my book bag. And with ferocity, I just swung on this kid's face until he was just unconscious on the ground in the cafeteria.
You were expelled, but your mother was horrified. But your father, things had changed at that time. Your father once kind of like treated you kind of like as a nerdy kid, and you couldn't really relate. But after you did that, he became far more invested. And 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 he became f He took you out more, and he was responsible for teaching you. One thing in particular he taught you that you still stick with to this day. What is that?
Never take an insult, and always stand up for yourself no matter what it is.
All right. You ended up going to because of him. You ended up going to college, and he got you a job. He got you a job as a park ranger. Let's say his name is Don Fitzgerald. Don Fitzgerald got you a job.
Good old Donnie.
Said you'd be stationed with him and one other guy, with basically out in the middle of the woods.
Oh.
How did that prospect affect you?
I didn't really understand it. Like, why would my father want me to just have a job as a park ranger of all things?
Well, he is a park ranger.
Oh, he's a park. Okay, so he wanted me.
He got you a job at.
Okay. So if that's the case, that changes things. I took it with pride, and I felt like my father had fully accepted me for who I was, allowing me to follow in the same profession as him, and the same profession as my grandfather before him. As my grandfather used to be a park ranger, but then he ended up amassing enough wealth to actually own an entire reserve.
Okay.
And that's where the family wealth came from.
Your father, before you were heading out there, miles away, hundreds of miles away from society, he gave you a book. And as you opened it, you realized it was blank. Told you to fill out your own biography. How do you feel about that prospect?
I felt proud. I felt proud because my grandpappy was the only one who had a diary autobiography like that. My father didn't have one. My uncle didn't have one. No one else in the family but him had one.
Your aunt didn't have one?
My aunt, nobody. But my father felt that it was important enough for me to have that distinction to be able to write an autobiography. As if he expected the family succession, the family wealth to follow with me.
Yeah.
And not with him. So I took it as a badge of honor and a symbol of great pride.
Okay. What's your character's name?
My character's name is Malcom Dehlani.
Malcom Dehlani and Dennis Mallard. Do you have any questions for Malcom Dehlani?
When did you first realize that your grandpa was somebody special, not only to you, but also in your community?
So when I was a little kid, my mother would take me out. Before my dad really accepted me, my mother would be the one to take me everywhere, and we would go out in town, and I would get comments from all around people saying that I looked just like my grandpa when he was a little boy, mostly the very older folk, and they would tell me all sorts of things that he did for the area and whatnot. There was a lot of stories surrounding him, how he helped build the convenience store that was in town. He helped, raise a few barns for some of the local farmers, things like that. He's very
fixture.
He's very like community pillar when he was around.
Okay.
So from a young age, I learned to respect him and idolize him. And then at home, there were more pictures of my grandfather than there were, like the rest of us, So.
So did you want to be like him, obviously from an early age?
I definitely idolized him from an early age, enough to where I knew that I had to be something like him.
Did that add a lot of pressure, or was it something positive?
It did later on in my years when I started going to high school. But like in the early years, I just kind of thought my grandpa was a cool guy. I didn't have that kind of stress to become like him, because I was a kid and I was just living my kid life. But as soon as I got to high school is when I started feeling the pressure, especially from my dad, to become more.
Right.
You know, to start molding myself to be something like him.
Right.
Okay.
And then how were you perceived after you beat the shit out of that kid? Like after you eventually came back to school and.
Well, I was expelled from the school, and through much talking and some palm greasing, I was allowed to come back after a year. So I was homeschooled for a year.
Did you have like an awkwardness about you because you were homeschooled?
Yeah, I didn't have much socialization with people around that time. So when I came back, I was very reserved and quiet. But people, like, they didn't really mess with me anymore because of
there were rumors
because of what I did. Yeah.
So you were the quiet psycho.
I became the quiet psycho. But after, around my senior years, when I started gaining like a group of friends that would like kind of hang around with me and respected me, and that's when I finally really got into my socializing.
Okay, cool. All right, we'll start you off. The two of you actually have worked for a little while. How do you guys get along?
I'm a pretty easygoing guy, for the most part.
I pretty much keep to myself, kind of like I said.
Don't insult me or my family.
Or my book.
Or my book.
I don't ask many questions, like don't really inquire about. More so, I don't want to talk about my family background.
Yeah.
Is mostly the reason.
So what you're saying is, you's a bitch.
Yeah, I'm not.
yeah.
I'm kind of aloof in the.
Yeah.
But not like not like intentionally rude.
Oh, okay.
Just kind of like in your own head. Like
Yeah.
In your own headspace.
Like, hey, we got to go fucking check these markers. Let's do it. Like, there's not a lot of small talk and.
There's another ranger station, probably 100 miles away, that radios you every once in a while. Let's say we were like 50 miles away. Radios you, kind of like as a report. And her name is Ellen, and she kind of is off on her own. And she'll talk to you guys as if you're, like just like pen pal kind of thing. See how you guys are doing, talk about breakfast and stuff like that. But you guys essentially live next to each other. You've had moments where the biggest problem you guys have, and you are both armed. You have 9mm, and when you have to go deep into the forest, you guys carry long rifles. But the biggest issue that you have is sometimes you'll get a drunk camper, which is small potatoes. But sometimes you'll have pot dealers, people growing pot out there, and other times you might run across some mad hermit that wants you off his land, that kind of stuff.
Right.
But for the most part, it's a pretty relaxed job. There are brown bears out and about, but they seem very content with just sticking to where they are, and you've never really had any bad like wildlife encounters. The two of you are just sitting there, and it's morning, get showered up and ready and dressed in your uniforms. What do you guys do about breakfast?
I'll make some scrambled eggs with some bacon toast. Orange.
Bacon toast?
Bacon toast.
That sounds delicious, actually.
Some bacon toast. Orange juice.
Orange juice.
Yeah.
All right.
I make a pretty hearty. I make some pretty hearty breakfasts.
Make a pull.
Make a pull for making breakfast?
Yep.
Fuck my life. Do you want to do it your light or my light or what?
Yeah, you can do your light.
All right. I'm gonna pull. I'm gonna be a dick.
Just so you know, like, having this hearty breakfast will be good for you.
Or bad.
I'm gonna make this hearty ass breakfast.
Well, if you knock this tower over now, it's more than likely bad.
It's food poisoning,
Cosby.
It's food.
I'm poison Cosby.
Poison Cosby.
Okay.
There you go. I made a pull for breakfast.
All right. So
I fuck it up.
No, it's pretty good. What are you doing?
So do we live up in this tower?
Yeah.
So basically, like, for the night, we come up here and
on the weekend, or every other, like, you kind of, like, have another two guys come up, and they'll help you.
Are we out here for, like, days at a time, though?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a third guy with you, too, and his name is Ellis.
Ellis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ellen and Ellis. Ellen is the girl, Ellis is the guy.
All right.
The L's.
I'm just kind of.
That's kind of a joke that they got, like double L.
That's what I call them.
Double L.
The L's.
The L's.
L's 1, L's 2.
Alice is a kind of a mousy guy. Very he's more talkative than both of you.
He's younger, more ambitious.
Yeah.
He's trying to, like...
He wants to bang Ellen. But you guys have never even seen her, so you don't even know what she looks like.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you know she could look like your old nanny.
And he doesn't give a fuck.
Wow.
Yeah,
Want to get your dick with that bitch? Go find a fucking goat out there.
Yeah, I'm just up, while he's
Christ.
cooking, I'm just kind of, like, looking out over the trees, and, I'm assuming you can see where town is off in the distance, so there's a little bit of kind of ambient light on the horizon.
Yeah.
I'm just drinking my coffee, looking out over the trees.
Give me a pull if you want to notice something.
Sure. Don't give me that like, bruh.
You had received report earlier in the week that there was going to be some campers that had signed on. They were already checked in. You can actually see them as they're passing by. It looks like they're hiking nearby. There's exactly 7 of them. They move through the woods. One kind of gives you a wave as he passes by.
I just kind of nod and drinking my coffee, kind of give him a little.
They all seem to be.
I come up and I yell,
Word.
bear!
Kill one. All right.
No.
Then a bear really runs out of the woods and eats them all.
Yeah, takes one. Thanks, bro.
Takes the dead one. He gives you a thumbs up.
Gotta feed that yogi.
You live with a psychopath.
Watch out for the quiet ones.
Did I ever tell you about the time I beat a kid to death with some books?
I didn't beat him to death. I just beat him
I
up.
know. Exaggerated.
I'd be in prison.
You do your patrols. You have to do your regular checks. Check for different things. And as the days go on, give me a pull if you want to notice something during your trail. You realize that the animals seem to be a little bit sparse on your trail.
It's a quiet day today.
It's hunting season?
Yes.
So it's deer season, I'm assuming?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so...
No, it's wabbit season.
Well, hey, there's always a season.
And,
Always a season.
I'll say that you find a backpack.
I do?
Yeah, just kind of stranded on the side of next to a tree.
Oh. Wonder what we got here. A prize. Let's see what's inside. Maybe we'll find some identification. We can mail it back to the poor sap.
Can we add to this scene?
Very superficially. There's a lot less narrative control to the players in a Dread.
Okay. No, I just wanted to make
But
sure
yeah,
before
no,
we-
you can if you want to add something. Go
No,
ahead.
I was just gonna say that it's cold. We'll say I don't know if it's probably the middle of deer season, but
Yeah.
we're UP,
Yep.
so there's a light dusting of snow in the bag.
Yeah,
It
it's
is-
kind of soggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like you guys are bundled up.
We got our coats.
So what do you want to do?
I grabbed the bag and I'm like, oh, I wonder what poor sap left this out here.
You find a bunch of textbooks,
Oh, man.
but no identification.
It's good for beating people with. I swing it around like a weapon.
You still
Yeah,
got it.
this is good.
He's still got a powerful swing.
I was like, oh, man, there's a bunch of textbooks. Who the hell comes out in the wilderness to do studies? Seriously.
What?
I grab one of the books and flip through it to see if I can find like a name on the front or something like that, or whoever it's assigned to, or if there's anything else in the backpack.
When you flip through the books, every book there's a pretty large, lengthy science book and a mathematics book. You'll find that when you open the book, the pages seem like they've been cut. Sort of slit. So that you can't, none of the pages are eligible. But they're all maintained.
The what? None of the pages are legible?
Yeah,
So you can't read them?
right. Something, it looks like each page has been cut.
Like shredded.
Well, but there's still integrity to the page. Like it looks like it's something's been carved in.
Oh fuck.
That's weird. And is it like that with the other book?
Yep.
Well, that's just downright creepy.
Is there any identification or anything in this bag?
No.
Any personal effects of any kind?
There's a calculator, but no.
Okay. So
the calculator still works.
I type in 8008.
It's fucking hilarious. You fucking...
That's not what it's for! That's a learning device!
I'm gonna teach you about boobies today. Learn about that.
I'm like...
Alright, well, I mean...
In charge!
I don't know.
That's pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, that is really weird.
Is it a discernible symbol, or...?
No, just carves. Like just carved out.
Just random
Are they
cards.
recent textbooks? I mean, like, within 10 years, or are they, like...
That's a good question.
Yeah, does this bag look, like, old as hell?
I can give you general information, but I can give you specific information if you pull.
I'm okay with general for now.
I'll pull. I'll do it.
I'll lose it.
I'll do a pull for some specific infos and stuff like that. Get over here. Whoa.
Don't do me like that.
All right. It looks like these books from the look at them, because you've done some reading yourself. You never really just enjoy reading textbooks, but you remember this book from 10 years back.
Oh man, this is an old textbook. Back when I was still freshman.
You also find carved into the front of the book, like one of the front pages of the book is one word that you can make out from the claw marks, like the scratching marks, and it says crotone.
Crotone? Like C-R-O-T-O-N-E?
C-R-O-T-O-A-N.
Crotian. Crotoan.
Do I see this?
If he brings it back.
We're together on the trail, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm examining it, and I'm like...
If you guys are together, yeah, or I'm sure.
Okay. I mean, unless we're... Yeah, I didn't know if we go out... I mean, I figure going out together is better than going out alone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we...
I don't know if I would have any idea of what that...
Crotoan. That's the only word I can make out, but I don't know if it really means anything. Maybe some sort of band.
Yeah, you never know what kids are into nowadays.
I know.
Do you know? Does that word have any relevance to you, the player?
To me personally?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I have some idea.
Do you want to pull to bring that information to your character?
I don't think so. I don't think he would have any earthly idea what the...
I don't know what Crotoan is.
Okay.
So
I don't think he would have any kind of...
I got no earthly idea.
Supernatural kind of background at all.
All right. So you guys return to your spot, back to the tower, after doing your patrol. Ellis is sitting there housekeeping and manning the radio. As you guys come in, he goes, "Hey guys, coffee's on the pot."
I'm like, thank God, I'm freezing.
He basically pours you each a cup, and he goes and kind of goes out on the balcony to kind of overlook the entire woods, the entire forest.
Unlike good old Cup of Joe.
What do you guys do?
I throw the backpack on the table.
Ellis looks at you and goes, "What the hell is that?"
That's some weird old backpack we found out in the middle of the woods.
You might have a kid come looking for it later.
Yeah, some textbooks in there from like 10 years ago.
Just report it to the head station.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh yeah, that's some...
There's no missing persons report, is there? So I would assume I would go to check out my...
I don't know.
There was, nope.
Nothing shows up?
No.
Okay.
Seems pretty good.
How about you check a missing persons report from 10 years ago? These books are so damn old.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of capability we would have out. I feel like it's not like overly digitized where we're at.
Not really. Not really. The communication systems are actually pretty state of the art. But like
this isn't like
you
the
don't
head
have like
station.
A cell phone tower or anything like that.
Right, or we don't have like any kind of access to any kind of like park database. I would assume out here.
Yeah.
We're not public relations out here. We're
probably not. No.
Yeah.
I check in on what's her face?
Ellen.
Yeah.
She goes, hey boys.
What is your 10-4?
It's quiet out here. I can see your campers not too far from here. They might be doing some partying.
Oh, could you possibly go out and ask them if one of them might have left a bag of books laying around on accident?
You lot are closer than me. I'm just in a good position.
Oh, alright, I thought you were closer. Never mind.
No.
What's their exact position? I'll go out and ask.
Alright, she gives you the latitude, the longitude, latitude, tells you basically where she spots them. She goes, go up. If you want to, yeah, go ahead.
Alright, cool. Stay frosty.
Oh, you know it.
What time of day is it right now?
What? It's getting, your patrol took the majority of the day, so it's getting a little dark.
Okay. Hey, make sure are you going alone, or you want me to tag along?
If you want me to tag along, I'm just going out there and seeing if this bag might be one of theirs. And I heard that they were doing a bit of partying, so I just kind of want to make our presence known and let them know not to get too crazy.
Hey, Ellis, can you get a hold of HQ to find out if there's any missing persons or anything from town that somebody might have wandered out here and left their bag or.
Sure, I'll keep you posted.
All right, we should be back within an hour or so.
Yep.
We'll take them 4-wheelers.
He goes, tomorrow, just so you know, I have, the guns are polished, if you want to take a long rifle.
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah, I know the bears don't come out much, but just in case.
Yeah, let's keep them strapped down, though. We don't want to scare these campers.
Yeah.
We gear up the 4-wheelers and head on down through the woods.
It starts to get dark. You got your flashlights as you guys are moving along. It doesn't get too... I mean, this place gets dark fast. But for the most part, you can still see light within the canopies as you're pushing along. As you're moving through the woods, you notice something like a shadow cast over your head. Both your heads.
I look up.
There's something in a branch.
Something what?
There's something hanging on a branch.
Whoa, what's that? I stop abruptly.
When you look up, it looks like a bag.
That's pretty. That's
like a small leather pouch that just dangles off the top of a branch. It would take some climbing to get that if you wish to get it.
Ugh. I'm climbing trees at this late at night for a fucking bag? Yeah, right.
Maybe we can get it on the way back.
If you want to. I'm not doing any climbing until the morning. That sucker can stay out here.
What's it doing? Does it look like somebody'd thrown it up there?
No. It looks like someone hung it up there. It's the strap is literally on a branch.
It looks intentional. Maybe it's one of these kids fucking around.
I don't know. If you want to shoot it down, you can.
No, that'll scare those campers.
Climbing a tree in the middle of the dark ain't a good idea.
That's fine. We can grab it in the morning, but that looks like it was intentionally placed.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Ellis calls on your dispatch and he says, "Hey folks, Ellen just gave me a ring. Said that she saw something moving through the woods. It might be a bear. Keep your eyes open."
All right. Roger, Roger.
He laughs. He fucking laughs hard. You've never heard him laugh so hard. He fucking love Star Wars references. Yoda always fucking kills him. It gets kind of weird, like, and he keeps it on dispatch the entire time. Like,
Laughing?
Yeah. No, he doesn't do that. No. No.
My grin turns into a concern.
I audibly say, "What the fuck?
What have you done, you monster?"
I turn the radio off. Oh, fuck that.
What are you?
No one mentions the prequels. What are you doing?
All right.
Are you gonna just?
I'm gonna denote this location on our map,
Sure.
so we can come back and
Right.
get it at a more opportune time. Definitely don't want to be climbing right now with bears in the woods.
I don't know. Maybe now if there's a bear near us, that might be a good idea. Bears don't climb.
I would assume we have ample training in how to deal with bears or whatnot. So
Yeah.
now it's probably more like we need to warn these people.
Yeah. They basically, and that's kind of like, that's another thing.
That's true. Now we're both.
Alice would have told you that, but he just kind of assumed you would know.
Yeah. Even more of a reason to get to these guys. All right. Well, I guess we should ride it loud and hard. Maybe that'll scare away the bear from the area. They don't like loud noises too much.
You guys travel for about. You guys hike for about an hour and a half. Pushing along. This is another thing that you guys have learned from this job. This is an excellent source of cardio. You're probably
we were on 4-wheelers.
We'll say like you would have to hike to get to this point.
Oh, okay.
Normally, like for the main forest trails, you have 4-wheelers, but this is a little bit more of a. This is more dense.
These people decided to go off the beaten path a little bit.
Yeah, these kids are deep, dark in the woods.
All right.
As you guys push along on your hike,
Man, these kids went a little deeper than most people do.
Yeah, so you guys each give me a pull, or you guys can be winded. It's up to you.
All right.
So you guys get to the camp, and the tents are there. There's a smoldering fire. Your flashlight, the beams across the dark, peeling away, allowing more illumination. But the scene is overall quiet.
Nobody here?
It doesn't seem that way.
Can we hear anything like in the woods? You know, like they would be walking through the woods.
You can hear the sound of like cracking
twigs,
but.
So somebody's walking nearby.
Or some animal.
Is it consistent? You know, like when a person walks through the woods.
No, it's almost as soon as your ears pick up on it, it stops. You feel very
haunted,
vulnerable.
Like that feeling of being watched.
Yeah.
Boy, I think we got something on our trail. And I don't think it's a person.
I'm gonna grab my. Do we have the rifles with us?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm assuming I got it in my, like slung. I'm gonna unsling it and get it ready.
All right.
I want to radio Ellis and let him know that we may have contact with a bear.
Ellis says, keep your. Ellis just like basically reminds you of the etiquette of what to do. But he says, all right, guys, just be careful.
Well, we got another problem here. We're at the camp with these kids, and none of them are even seen.
Is it dark by now?
Yeah, it's dark. He goes, let me call Ellen. She hasn't told me anything. Just give me a second.
Yeah, these kids aren't here right now. Their stuff's here, but they're not.
He cuts out, and what do you guys do?
Is this campsite like in a clearing?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to move, like gesture to Eli that I want to move more towards the clearing in case the bear was to charge out. We would have more distance between us two.
All right.
Yeah.
So you sit there, pretty much putting yourself in the position where you heard the snapping branches. Give me a pull if you want to know something.
I'll do it.
Whoa!
Very, very careful.
That's bad.
Whoa! Ooh, slid out like a lubed up.
Did you each pull? I
No.
know I just watched, but
Only he did.
all right. You notice that like one of the tents looks like it's been shredded completely, but the other tents are fine.
One tent looks like
It's been shredded.
So as I move through the campsite, I notice this.
Yeah.
Does it look like bear? Like a bear or?
Looks like one. No, it's way too big.
Is the tent collapsed?
Yes, completely, and it's just tattered.
Okay, so I think a bear. I'm like, hey, what was your name?
Malcolm.
Malcolm. Get a look at this. Hey, Ellis, we could have a potential bear attack on our hands here.
Alice goes, all right. I called the HQ about what you asked. They didn't. No missings. Nothing missing. But Ellen's not calling back. I ain't getting a response from Ellen.
Ellen's not calling back.
No, and I'm getting a little worried.
That's a mite strange.
Yeah, she's normally there.
Can you see her tower?
No, but you guys should.
Yeah, like give us a second. I pull out my binocular. I'm assuming I have binoculars.
Yeah, of course.
I pull out my binoculars and kind of center around where her tower should be from this location.
You look out, and the tower it sits off in the horizon, past the. In the clearing, you can see it just past a small river. It's far off, but you can see the solitary structure as it just kind of sits in the dark. There's nothing.
No lights.
No light or anything.
That's really weird.
Alice, I'm not seeing anything in her tower. There's no lights or activity or nothing.
All right, I'm gonna send word to HQ.
Yeah. We're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place here because I think whatever this attack was, whatever it was, bear probably is close by, so we can't really move too much without causing it to.
Well, it's pretty peculiar for a bear to attack a campsite full of campers. Ellen said they were looking like they were going to be doing some partying, so I'm sure they were making noise. That's not, this bear might have some kind of illness or something. You know what I mean?
Definitely not indicative of normal bear activity, which is why we got to be even more careful because us walking through the woods isn't going to stop it from attacking us if it's going to attack a full camp.
You guys thinking rabies?
I don't know. I don't know what bears get afflicted with, but whatever. Something's not right. The bear's not. Maybe it's wounded. It's just not. It's not being rational.
It might be starving. Starving animals can change their behaviors real might quick.
All right. I'll try to get a hold of HQ again. Just keep me posted.
All right, we're gonna do a little bit more searching. If we can't find anything else, we're gonna mark off this area, and then we're probably gonna head back.
All right.
Is there blood on this tent?
Is there blood?
Yeah.
Not. I mean, like, are you gonna sort through it?
Not a lot. No, just from what I mean. There's not like.
You don't see any blood. No, like when you put your flashlight on it.
Okay.
Just looks like it was destroyed.
Mm. I look at the other tents.
They look like they're still up. They look fine.
I kind of hit one of the tents, like with my flashlight to be like, hey, anybody in there?
No, but you see the shadows of equipment
Inside the tents.
Yeah.
So nobody responds or anything?
No.
I slowly open up the tent and
You see an entire pack filled with looks like clothing and other stuff. It looks like people were definitely setting up here.
Huh. Anybody in those other tents? Sleeping, maybe?
It would hurt us talking by now. But yeah, I mean,
Maybe. I mean, some people are pretty heavy sleepers.
Yeah, but it's just now dusk. It's probably only like 6 or 7 o'clock.
True.
You hear a loud cracking noise. It's very loud, but it seems from far off.
In what direction to us?
Northeast.
No, I mean orientation to us. Is it like?
Is it in front of us? Is it to the side? Is it behind us?
It would probably be depending on how you guys are oriented. It depends on how you're oriented. But I guess it would be to your backs.
Okay. Is it towards Ellen's tower?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't like this.
Yeah, that does not sound.
It screams.
The cracking continues until you hear a loud, like, tremendous noise, followed by a shaking of the earth.
Did that tower just fall?
Do you check with your binoculars?
Yeah, I mean that's the first thing. I mean, it sounded like a.
The tower's no longer there.
I radio Ellis. We gotta get back to the.
Ellis, you hear he comes in choppy, but he says, "I can't see."
Ellis, what?
We need to get back to the four-wheelers, like, right now.
Yeah, let's go. Ellis, go to channel 1.
Roll. Make a pull if you want him to hear that.
Okay. I don't like that at all.
The side ones are always more nerve-wracking.
I don't like that one a little bit.
Oh. You got it. You got it. When I move, you move. Ooh, ooh.
He changes to channel 1 and he goes, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay,
So, what's her name again?
Ellen.
Ellen's tower? It ain't there no more, man.
You must be mistaken. Was that the shake? No, I don't think so. You
Yeah,
must be mistaken.
no, that's not. Literally, we heard these large cracking sounds, and then all of a sudden we heard this really loud sound and a shake, and then the next thing we know, her tower isn't even up anymore.
We can't get visual on our tower.
That's impossible.
And
these towers are made of steel. These aren't wooden towers.
Listen, it's not there. We literally were in the same spot we were when we saw it the first time.
Are we retreating?
Yeah, I'm moving while I'm saying this. I ain't fucking. We were literally in the same spot that we were when we saw it the first time. It's not there.
I'm really freaked out.
So you need to call emergency services to get out here now.
I can't get a hold of HQ.
Then use the satellite phone and call 911.
Okay. 911. All right, I'll call. Look.
Just get anybody out here, somebody.
All right, I'll try. But these things are state of the art. Like the system is not supposed to fail.
Listen,
this
Ellis,
thing runs off a satellite.
Listen, Ellis, it doesn't fucking matter because this is the way it is. So just do it.
All right. Sorry, I'll do it. Just get back here, okay?
We're on our way.
What do you guys do?
Oh, that kid's mighty spooked.
So am I.
I know. I mean, he's right, though. These are state-of-the-art towers with state-of-the-art communications. What could have possibly made that tower fall? Unless some sort of, like, fault line happened to open up right underneath it.
I don't know. Maybe we just...
Yeah, you're not sure if the earthquake happened first and then the fall, or what?
Or if it happened.
Maybe we just couldn't see it. Maybe we just lost visual. Maybe it's something...
I don't know.
Maybe it's just a tree fell.
I mean, that's a pretty large shake for a tree.
I just want to get back to the fucking tower.
You guys make your hike?
Yeah. We try to get back to the four-wheelers that we left on the trail.
All right. As you guys are moving along, you hear cracking within the woods, just left of your path.
Heavy cracking or like?
Heavy cracking, and it's coming fast.
Oh.
Is that the sound you make? Oh.
Whimper.
Oh. Oh no. I ain't even kissed the girl yet.
What do you do?
I wanted to kiss my fucking...
Move quicker.
Yeah, as I start hearing that, I start fucking moving.
It's coming incredibly fast. Do you ready your rifles, or are you just going to move?
Ready the rifle, I think. This bear's coming right now.
I'm readying my...
I just do it. I mean, I just instinctively...
It's up to you, yeah.
I ready it, and then as soon as I ready it, I move. You know, like, I'm readying it, but I'm not waiting for it to come.
Alright. Make a pull. Both of you.
Oh, God.
Or suffer a bad consequence.
Oh, that's not good. Bad consequences of druids ain't good, bro.
Bad's never been good.
Oh, shit.
We're fucked.
We
It's gonna be so bad. Got the pudding.
I dropped the ghost in the pudding.
Oh, God. Why did you do that?
It's the only one that could easily come out.
Oh. I'm gonna die.
There have been it's a still pretty steady tower so far. Just gotta pull the right one.
Oh.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
I just want it out of my hand right away.
So something comes, it's a large dark shape that is hurling itself towards the two of you.
Operation Shoot the Darkie.
Oh my God.
Shoot the darkie?
Are you guys gonna load?
It's a black shape. Yeah. If I see it coming at us, it's caught up to us this far, so I'm fucking aiming at the black mass and shooting at it.
Shoot her!
Are both of you doing it?
Yeah.
Alright, a bear erupts from the trees, and the bark of both of your rifles, like basically flash, illuminating the forest for just a moment, as both rounds hit true, one striking the head and one hitting the throat, as the beast lands not more than 10 feet away from the two of you.
I'm gonna shoot it again.
It refuses to move. It lies completely dead.
I grab my bag of books and just start beating the shit out of it.
It's about time.
Well, fuck my life.
The bear's eyes are wide and wild. It looks as though it died horrified.
The hell does a horrified bear look like?
Like its eyes are wide, like a scared animal. It died in that moment.
I kind of glaze over that, and I feel a huge sense of relief that it was a bear that came out of the woods.
Buddy. I don't want to make this worse, but this bear, it was running from something else.
When you say that, you see an immense bloody rend on the back of this bear.
Oh, fuck. Like something had attacked it?
Yes.
Oh, fuck, that ain't good.
We gotta go now.
What the fuck else could be out here that could attack a bear this size?
To make a bear run away.
To make a bear run away. Poor animal.
Let's go. Let's move.
As you guys, what's the speed in which you guys move?
Quick.
I am, at a quickened, not like a dead-on sprint, but a very quickened, like, jog sprint.
Each give me a pull.
Yeah.
Or be winded.
I ain't gonna be winded. Fuck that.
I know what that means.
I know what it means when you're winded in a world of dread.
Stop fucking around.
What do you mean? Stop fucking around.
Stop.
We have all this up here. You can pull from the top from what? Three layers down. You said?
Playing with my heart.
We're playing games with my heart.
Oh man.
That's what the bear is running from. A fucking shitty '90s boy band.
Stop playing games with my heart.
We both pulled.
Yeah. You get to the four-wheelers, and they're dismantled.
What?
Dismantled?
Like destroyed, like ripped apart, or like did someone like systematically took them apart?
It looks like they've been taken apart.
What in the world is this? Did we just get like Mexican carjacked?
No, all the pieces are there.
Well, I say that. I say that anyway. Okay. Found our freaking four-wheelers up on blocks or some shit? Are you kidding me?
Ellis, somebody's out here fucking with us, man. Ellis.
Great, now you can't get a hold of him.
Ellis, go to channel 4. Ellis, you read. Try your radio.
Ellis.
Hey.
What? Hey, man. What's your guy's name? Dennis?
Yeah.
Ducky? Ducky?
Fucking Ducky.
Fucking Ducky? Fucking Ducky?
Fucking Ducky.
Ducky's been trying to get a hold of you, man. What the hell?
He goes,
Fucking Ducky.
yep.
So why didn't you respond to him?
I need you to go to longitude. He gives you longitude.
Whoa. First of all, our four-wheelers were literally taken apart. Like, somebody came out here and brought in some tools and took our shit apart. Everything is scattered all over the trail. What the hell?
Just got word from HQ. I'm going to need you to go to longitude. And he says, gives you longitude and latitude.
Where is that? Like,
it's further north.
Does it point to any sort of installation?
No.
Alright, Alice, look, I'm not going any random ass point in the woods. I'm heading back to the tower.
Hey. Look, I just got word from HQ.
Look.
I need you guys to go to longitude and latitude.
That's great, but I'm not going out in the middle of the woods. We are screwed out here. Our ATVs are jacked up, and there's somebody else out here. We're heading back to the tower. You can tell HQ that they can shove it.
Hey. I just got word from HQ.
Oh my god, this guy's on a loop. Clip.
This guy's on a loop. Oh, dude, this...
I don't know if that was actually him or not.
What the fuck is going on?
I'm not going to that set of coordinates. That's in the middle of nowhere.
No, let's get back to the tower.
That's what I'm saying. Fucking.
You see the same bag. A little bit of the moonlight sort of illuminates it as you pass. Do you continue?
Fuck yeah, don't.
Yeah, I can't, we can't easily grab it, so I'm
The bag is much more creepy now that we're...
Yeah, that bag is fucked up.
Being intentionally fucked with.
But there's no,
Here's a little...
There's no way for us to easily get it, so...
Pull if you want to know something.
Ducky! Fucking Ducky!
Ducky?
Fucking Ducky! You tell Dakota he missed a good one.
Oh, fucking Ducky!
Oh!
That doesn't count, right?
No.
It's got to knock the whole time out.
Oh my god! So fucking bad, man! I'm not pulling.
I'm not pulling, Cosby.
I'm not pulling, Cosby.
Alright, so...
I'm leaving in, Cosby!
Here's what you know. You guys didn't see the bag here by the four-wheelers. You saw it when you went on your hike.
Fuck that. Fuck this.
I start laughing maniacally.
Oh my killer.
Anyway, that bag wasn't out here before. That was farther in.
Oh God.
That was after we got off those four-wheelers, man. Somebody fucking moved that bag.
It can't. Listen, that fucking thing didn't. Let's just keep moving. I think no.
Denial ain't gonna do nothing for you, fucking ducky.
Ducky.
Fucking duck. I start moving. We start moving. I'm like, all right, this is fucked. We need to get back.
I know what he's saying is true, but I'm like in my mind, I'm like, no, it was further down the trail.
We need to get back to this tower because this is crap.
Do you choose to compartmentalize that information as untrue?
I know that it's true, but
But you're trying
choosing
not
to ignore it.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
All right.
Shit's creepy enough. I don't want to think about it.
And you're taking it as truth, right?
Yeah.
Give me a pull.
Fuck. Fucking fuck me.
Fuck me.
Fucking fuck me. I can't pull. I'm laughing. Oh man. Oh, hey, look at that.
It's so fucking bad.
Ah. Oh, fuck. Okay.
Fucking ducky.
Fucking fuck me.
Alright, so you guys are moving. You guys move, pushing like you take the situation as it is and you respond accordingly. You push along the hiking trail. Are you still making your way back
To the tower.
to the tower?
Yeah, we're making our way back to the tower.
You come across a clearing. Like during your travel, where it's just sort of openness. Do you want to go in the clearing or go around it?
Whatever we know is the fastest way.
The clearing is the fastest way, but it's also out in the open.
But if there's something hunting us or something following us, if they want to get to us, they're gonna have to make themselves readily known.
Yeah, I agree.
So we'll take the clearing.
All right.
As far as we know, whatever could be around it is limited to the ground.
Yeah.
So there's not like...
It's not like a fucking bird or flying fish. At this point, I feel like we got like... It's not even an animal. It's some sort of person.
Yeah,
with some crazy fucking thing that could hurt a bear.
Your radios start to kind of chatter. As you guys are moving towards the clearing, you notice the moon is out in full. But one thing that's a little bit different is that there's no animals in this area.
No bird, no nothing.
Nothing.
This forest is way too quiet.
You notice an immense tree that sort of curls out, that sort of almost eclipses the moon from your vantage. It's a relatively large tree. Give me a pull if you want to notice something. Or you can keep moving.
You're dead.
I'm very much just nose to the grindstone. Go. Go. I'm not really looking.
You don't want to know.
I don't want to know, man.
I want to know. I want to. Oh my God! I don't know if I should take that one.
I don't think you should.
I don't want to take that one.
Oh man.
Oh God. Oh jeez. Oh. Alright, I pulled.
Oh.
This motherfucker's gonna got to the ground.
I'm anxious.
I threw it on the ground.
As you're looking up at the moon, you become kind of entranced by it. And as your brain starts to process all of the information, everything that's happened thus far, you realize he's just sort of staring at the moon. Now, you know something very important that he does not. What do you do about this him just kind of standing there?
It creeps me out. I'm like, come on. I like shake him. Like, we gotta go.
You feel him shake you, but you feel like you're cement.
Like I can't move?
Yeah, like you can't even talk. You're just looking up, just staring.
What do I see? Just the moon?
You see the moon and the tree that eclipses it. Are you not doing anything?
I'm trying to get him to
Are you
move.
gonna drag him?
Yeah, I like grab his arm. Like, we gotta go, man.
All right. You hook your arms around his, and you start to heft. You feel yourself being dragged. This is the moment you realize something. That was no tree. It begins moving forward. And the trees around it crack. You feel if your legs move. What do you want to do?
Fuck! Get out of the way!
Both of you give me a pull.
Oh, God!
Your reactions are so fucking hilarious. I love it. Oh, man. Fuck my life. Oh, yeah, boy. Oh. It still feels pretty sturdy, though. It really does. Stop it, you stupid ass phone. Stop turning off. I don't like it when you do that.
I need this music, by the way.
Do you?
Yeah.
What do you want it? You want it to creep people out?
Yeah.
When they don't.
Give me that light, brosif.
I felt one of those loose ones. It's gotta be 3 down, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 down.
Oh shit.
So you gotta start on there. You gotta start on this one. We're the expert repositioning.
Here, good.
Yeah, yep. Oh shit!
I wish I had put it back in.
I saw that part, like the top chunk of the tower shift.
As you run, your lungs put with the air burning through your lungs. You feel for a moment you've escaped. Whatever was chasing you, moving through, pushing through the trees almost.
Yay!
You find yourselves taking in heavy breaths, but you saw its eyes and it mesmerized you as you looked up. You felt something ancient and old, and it spoke to your, basically spoke to your primordial self, the creature, and that's what kept you in your trance. But you know that this thing is here for a reason.
Do I know the reason?
No.
What the fuck was that? Oh my god.
Freaking out, man. Did I see it?
No.
Oh, my head is...
You just heard the sound of trees cracking.
You didn't see that thing?
I'm looking at you. We gotta get back to the tower.
What did it look like?
You saw the silhouette of it.
And it was like a tree?
No. It at the time it looked like it was something. It's large enough to like it's full of body. That's for sure. And it looked like many branches were coming off of it, but those could be something else. You didn't really get a look of its body so much of its eyes. And its eyes were dark, but for some reason you could make them out. Like it wanted you to make them out. Like it wanted you to look into its eyes.
We need to get back to the tower. We need to get the Humvee. And we need to get the fuck out of this forest.
You're freaking me out, man. Let's move.
As you push.
Fuck emergency services. We just need to leave.
Oh, God.
You see the silhouette of a small circle laid out by your feet.
What is it?
The silhouette of a small circle laid out before your feet.
What's the circle?
It's a shadow.
It's just, oh, I look up.
You see a bag.
Oh my god! I shoot the fucking bag.
Do you?
Yeah, I just shoot it. I'm fucking tired of this shit.
You blast the bag and you watch as human teeth come pedaling out.
Oh my god!
Human teeth?
Oh my god!
I might throw up.
What the fuck? Alright, we need to go. Fucking
fuck me!
Alright, let's just go!
I'm filled with terror.
Fuck this! Let's just go!
Your radio chatters on.
Who the fuck is this?
It's Mallard's radio chatters on. And you hear a soft voice speak out. It's a female voice.
Motherfucker.
You hear
Sally.
she goes, "Hey."
I turn it off.
Do you just like
I instantly, like, something tells me to turn it off.
and you turn it off. All right. You see this behavior.
Why did you shut your radio off?
Why would she be talking to me through the radio? How would she have access to that?
Who? Who
Who
are you talking about?
Her name's Sally. It's a long fucking...
Nothing came out of your radio.
What?
Nothing came out of your radio.
We gotta go.
Oh my god, this is fucked. I grabbed some of the human teeth. Start rubbing my skin all over with it. Like, man, this is... Whatever this thing out here is, I don't know. Maybe this will protect
It doesn't
me
want
from
the teeth, so I'll pretend to be teeth.
Yeah, it obviously didn't want the teeth. I'll fucking... I don't know, man. Just like fucking toss the teeth. I'm going hysterical.
You hear a terrifying whisper from the tree.
You see it.
We need more teeth.
Oh my god.
That's the real horror. You guys make your way.
T-Rex shows up.
Okay, so you make your way towards the tower, and you can see it now. It's fully illuminated, and in this moment, it looks like there's people inside of it.
The tent?
No, the tower.
Our tower.
Oh, the tower.
Who the fuck's in the tower? Like multiple people?
Yes.
I run up in there.
Well, hang on. I want to look up with my binoculars to see if I can...
You see Sally. You see Sally. Looks like she's concerned, looking at the dispatch. She's with looks like a number of men. One of them being his father.
Look up in that
Sally.
tower. Here, I give him... Look.
I look up. What's there?
Nothing.
Mother.
No. You see your aunt, and you see your uncle, and a number of
My aunt, my uncle.
Yep.
What the fuck are they doing there? What the fuck is my uncle there? The fuck?
Well, not your uncle, but your father. I'm sorry.
Oh, my dad?
Yeah.
What the fuck's dad doing here?
I don't fucking know, man.
Well, they're here
But there's
for...
also a bunch of other people you've never even seen.
Well, they're here for a reason.
What is it?
Maybe Ellis called the emergency services, and they contacted them because they didn't know what the hell was going on. Maybe we were out there way longer than what we thought.
Why do the radios work and then not work, and Ellis is fucking on a loop?
You don't see Ellis in that tower.
I don't know. But we need to go in there and see what the hell's going on.
I don't know, man. I'm on the verge of breaking down.
Come on, let's go. They're fucking. They're right up there.
But you also see you see a 4-wheeler. And you see it looks like a couple of vehicles that they took from more of a dirt path.
Wait a second. Are there more vehicles here than what they're supposed to be?
It looks like it, yeah.
Like, the vehicle, like, are the people that are up in the tower, are there vehicles in the drive?
Yeah. But you also see other vehicles, too.
Vehicles that I don't recognize?
Yep.
So I recognize my dad's car and all that stuff?
Yeah. Well, he came in with a Ranger.
Like, oh, okay. We need to go up there.
Alright.
So I walk in, I run in there.
Once you get to the front of the tower, you can tell they spotted you. And your father's at the door, and he opens up his arms for an embrace. Do you hug him?
Do I hug him?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't hug him. I run past him.
He goes, son, what are you doing?
What the fuck is going on?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. How's that book coming along?
No, tell me what the fuck is going on.
We'll have plenty of time to talk. Just know that things moved ahead as scheduled. Don't.
What are you talking about? Moved
worry.
ahead of schedule.
Don't worry. You guys are fine. You guys are safe.
No, what are you talking about?
We'll get you guys back. Are you guys injured at all?
What the fuck is going on? What do you mean ahead of schedule?
Look, son.
Is Ellis in this room?
No.
Where's Ellis?
Ellis. We'll talk about Ellis. Sally walks up to you and she goes, you did great. You did perfect. You're fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
Can someone please tell us what the fuck are you talking about?
He goes, you're both addled. We'll get you in a car, take you to the hospital.
How did you get out here?
Why are you guys not telling us what's going on?
Because it's complicated.
You're skirting the fucking issue.
It's complicated.
Simple words. What the fuck was that thing out there? Why was it chasing after us?
It will tell you.
It? Will tell? What do you mean
We'll
it?
tell you.
No, you said it. What do you mean it?
Look, son.
What happened to the campers?
That I do not know. But
I'm out of here. Fuck this bullshit.
I'm not. He goes, son, you listen to me right now. If you leave right now, you're throwing away your legacy.
What are you talking about?
I will explain everything to you. We need to get you checked out to make sure you're okay. Okay? You can see some of his anger kind of rising up from back when you were a child.
Who else is in the room?
Looks like 3 men. They're dressed like Rangers as well, but you've never seen them before.
And who the hell are these 3?
I've
never seen these 3 Rangers out here.
That's Wilkes, Johns, and Childs.
Okay.
They nod.
And where are these guys from?
They're from the other outposts. Look.
Other outposts? What happened to Ellen? What's up with her?
Yeah. Ellen's been taken care of. She'll be okay. I think.
What? What do you mean you think? Did her tower collapse?
He nods. And we sent someone to check on her. We'll know more. You guys just need to relax.
Where is Ellis? Why did he tell us to go to these coordinates?
Yeah, what is up?
How did you fucking get out here? How do we not see you come out here?
How much time has passed? I check like my whatever.
It's been hours. You guys have been hiking for hours.
Does it feel like it's been hours for us?
Yes. If
Okay.
you guys are tired, it's been the whole ordeal. The adrenaline is draining.
We've been out here for hours though. Almost the whole night.
He goes, and you guys made your way back. Which I thank him so much.
Who's him? What the fuck is going on?
You got to give us some more information than this. You're being very cryptic.
I can't, because there's a lot of information. If you guys get yourself checked, I'll be able to elaborate completely. But right now...
All right, where's the field medic? Did you bring a field medic?
No, but we're going to take you
Is fucking child the medic?
No. I'm going to take you to the hospital. They're going to take your positions. Things are going to go back as normal.
Positions? Wait, never mind. I'm fucking rattled.
Where is Ellis?
Yeah, seriously, where is Ellis?
You want to know where Ellis is?
Yes.
Yeah.
He tells you the coordinates.
The same coordinates?
Mm-hmm.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What is that? How would you know? What is that coordinates?
He stares at you, and he says, Ellis.
Did that thing? Was that thing trying to lure us to those coordinates?
It didn't know.
Did Ellis fall victim to that thing? He went to those coordinates because that's where it wanted him to go.
I'm gonna move over to the communications station.
The Rangers
Get in the way.
Yeah, well, they kind of posture themselves.
Play back what the last transmissions that came through.
All you hear are static and kind of like a warbling noise.
Do I have signal on the satellite phone?
Yeah.
I call my dad's number.
His phone rings.
His phone rings.
He goes, look, son, I know you don't trust me now, but you will. You will. Please.
Sally, what's going on?
Sally smiles and she says, she's been calm the entire time. She says, well, I've grown attached.
What?
I've grown attached.
Grown attached?
To you. So I made a bargain. And now you're here.
What the fuck does that mean, Sally? What does that mean?
We'll go on as if none of this happened. We just need you to go to the hospital and get yourself
Who took apart the four-wheelers? How did you get here without us knowing? Who's placing the bet?
That was not us.
Then who the hell would have it been? That big ass weird thing that I saw?
It was him, yes.
That thing was too big to even loosen the freaking lug nut. How the hell can it take apart a couple of fucking ATVs?
Wait, so you know that it's out there?
She nods.
Just tell us what it is. If you tell us what that is, we will go to the hospital.
That is a being. He's very old, and he is a servant, a very powerful servant.
To who?
To our family.
To your family?
You never read far into Grandpa's book, did you?
No, not before those fuckheads destroyed it.
That was the greatest tragedy. You would have learned much. Either way, you go to the hospital, both of you. What do you guys want to do?
I go to the bathroom. Excuse myself for a second.
Your dad eyes you warily. Like, what's this fuck do?
You sit the fuck right there, Dad.
What are you doing?
Don't fucking.
I'm freaking out.
She tells you to get in the car. She's driving you back.
While in the bathroom,
Yeah.
I call my mom.
All right. She answers.
And I ask her, "Where's Dad?"
She goes, went out to get you.
Do I know wherever they're at? Is it possible for them to get to where we're at in the amount of time they got there?
Yeah. Like, he could have.
He could have.
Because he's basically he was on the job.
Oh, okay. And I talked to her about it, about everything that's going on.
She goes, oh. She goes, she like mama bears you. She goes, my little soldier.
Mom, what the fuck is going on?
She goes, oh, you'll find out. It just takes time. Don't let it worry you. You're okay now.
Don't let it worry me. There was a giant fucking weird creature in the woods. that almost killed a bear. There are 7 innocent people that are fucking missing. How am I not supposed to be worried?
Shh. Dad will explain everything.
Well, he's in there. I'm talking to Sally.
Alright.
If we go with you, you'll explain everything.
She nods.
Alright. Really fucking weirded out.
She goes, here. She hands you some Xanax. She goes, I take that whenever I feel anxious.
I don't want these. I don't want them.
She nods.
I come out of the bathroom.
Your dad goes, well?
I'm gonna go to the command deck real quick. I search around for any sign of like Ellis.
No, give me a pull.
Oh!
Oh. Son of a bitch. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, fuck. Oh, butternut.
I like that. Give me them butternut.
Oh. Oh, Lord.
What have you done?
Please protect this bitch.
Alright.
Oh.
So, yeah, you find out, it looks as though, Ellis's coat is gone. It looks like, his four-wheeler is gone. He probably went out to those coordinates. At least that's the direction he was heading.
It's too late now to go out and look for him. I come back down. I look at you. Ellis definitely went out to those coordinates he was looping at us. For sure.
Is Ellis okay?
Sally frowns.
She frowns?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Is that what you say?
Yeah, what
She just frowns. She goes, everything will be explained.
What does that mean?
She goes, this is, I understand that this is a shocking revelation. Things will come to you in time, and that's why we have to feed it to you very slowly. But just know that you have a bright future ahead of you, both of you. I pulled you out of that ditch for a reason. You're doing fine. What do you guys do? Final actions. Do you eventually go with them, or do you?
I mean, there's nothing else we can do.
You can make a stand here if you want, or you can try fleeing. It's up to you guys.
I'd go with her.
I'd go with him too. I mean, Ellis went out to those coordinates. He's fucking gone. I'm not going back out in those woods. Fuck that.
Right.
So I go. I look at my dad. I give him a very stern look, and I nod my head.
Your dad, he smiles like as if he's proud of you, and puts a hand on your shoulder. And you get in Sally's car, and she drives off. With one of the park rangers following behind. She goes, we're going to, she goes, we'll get you checked out at the St. Thomas Aquinas Hospital in Grand Harbor. And then everything will be revealed. We'll end it there.
Motherfucker.
We didn't fucking die.
We're fucking dead.
No.
Fucking ducky.
Oh, fucking.
In Grand Harbor.
Grand Harbor, man. It's tied into World of Dark.
Yeah. Don't touch me there.
What are you doing, Jakey? Breaking immersion, you fuck.
What are you looking for?
The light, it hurts us.
What are you looking at me, man?
I feel betrayed.
I'm doing back alley dread.
He's like, hey man, you want some dread?
You want some dread?
You want to play some dread, boy?
He was like, screw asking Jakey if he wants to.
You were doing so. You were doing.
No, it's okay, man.
All right.
It's okay, man. We had a thing. You now
I understand.
Moved on from
I
me?
understand where I live.
I feel like this is
No.
you coming home from work. And
It's not what it looks like.
Jake, I'm sorry, this is Tony's fault.
Huh? Oh, no. Do you need anything before I leave?
No, I don't
I
think so.
grabbed him by the
Okay.
collar.
See if Sarah does, but I think we're good.
Alright, I will see you tomorrow, and fuck you.
I'm in.